36-year-old Michael Anthony Barajas is just one of the suspects arrested in connection to kidnapping and sexual assault of a 20-year-old woman. That's according to Genesee County Sheriff Chris Swanson. Swanson says the 20-year-old victim was kicked out of her house and had not showered in days. Barajas offered the victim a place to stay, eat, and shower. Once the victim accepted Barajas's offer, she was then taken to a house where she was barricaded.
This guy use this opportunity to not only sexual assault, but have people come over and traffic her as she was tied forcibly to the bed while they assaulted. And we're talking multiple suspects, which is why this is still an open investigation. Our victim has been traumatized. We have aftercare that's being developed for this victim. The whole scenario is so bizarre because Barajas threatened that if she didn't do everything that he told her to do, that he would bite her neck and rip out her throat.
Sheriff Swanson says Barajas is facing multiple felonies related to kidnapping, sexual assault, and other charges. Right now, he's being held on a $250,000 bond.
After a man called 911 after finding explosives, the Flint Police Bomb Squad were called Saturday after the man found military-grade explosives inside the door of the car he had just purchased. Now, not just in the pocket of the door, but built inside the actual door. Flint police say the car was purchased at a salvage yard. Police believe these explosives were stolen from a military base. Right now, they're working with the Bureau of Alcohol, Tobacco, and Firearms and Explosives, or ATF, to track down exactly where they came from. Flint Police Chief Terrence Green says he believes the homeowner is not involved in any way. He said this could have been deadly had they exploded. We asked him if there are more explosives in the area.
We don't know. We're not sure. That's why we're having this press conference to make the citizens aware. They come in contact with this. The person that called 911 was totally surprised discovering these items, obviously so. So we don't know. We'd rather be safe than sorry.
An Antrim County woman accused of torturing and killing animals will be sent to prison. In May, the Antrim County Sheriff's Department discovered and seized about 200 animals at the Central Lake home of Brooklyn Beck. Animals including a horse, 19 rabbits, 28 dogs, more than 20 snakes, other reptiles, 2 cats, 50 mice and rats, and numerous dead animals found in a freezer. Today, Beck was back in front of a judge to find out her punishment. Up North Live's Ireland Viscount was in the courtroom and brings us the details.
Brooklyn Beck was sentenced 2 to 4 years in prison on Monday in the Antrim County 13th Circuit Court. Beck pled guilty in early November to 2 felony counts of torturing and killing animals as part of a plea agreement.
There is something wrong with Miss Beck. You know, and to say that she's the child that hugged the pup, she didn't hug these things to death, she starved them to death.
During the sentencing, Judge Thomas Powers and Prosecutor James Rossiter shared details about the conditions of some of these animals.
The cage was so small you could see his fur extending past the top of the cage.
The iguana, the legs were extremely thin because all the muscle on his leg had been consumed trying to survive. The testimony was that the muscle along the spine, which should be there, was almost completely gone. All bones. I'm holding here a color photograph of the wound with 20 to 25 maggots crawling around in the wound. The rabbits were covered with feces and dead burns due to urine.
Beck spoke during the sentencing, saying she was dealing with mental health issues and was overwhelmed by the number of animals in her possession.
I am truly, deeply saddened by the loss of my animals. I meant no harm.
They're saddened because they were taken away from you, or saddened because they starved to death?
So everything, being overwhelmed.